delighted to be here. Thanks for coming and staying up so late. My guest tonight is the very funny, very outlandish Sally Solomon on the hit NBC comedy Third Rock from the Sun. The role has earned her a Golden Globe, SAG, and American Comedy Awards nomination. Please welcome Kristen Johnston.
I think they did some recruiting.
I know. They're very enthusiastic, so it's great. Well, thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks. It's my pleasure.
It's funny. Does it feel weird? Like, they had written one of these questions for me about you being so tall, but I said, actually, to me, she's not going to feel like a total giant.
No, we're normal.
We're normal. Yeah. Everyone else is
Everyone else, no.
You're actually taller than me.
I am?
You're 6 feet, right?
No, 6 feet tall, yeah.
Yeah, I'm 5'9.5".
Oh, okay.
So you're very tall.
All right.
But is it true? I mean, what was it like growing up to be so tall?
Well, I don't know about you. I mean, I was enormously, freakishly tall at like 12. I was almost this height when I was in 8th grade.
Oh, that was lovely.
So,
and all the boys were not?
No, none of them were. And so all of them were about, 5'4" at the time, 5'3". So I just was this humongous thing, and it's just been something I've totally became completely used to right away. And now everyone else is making such a big deal out of it, but I've been this height for a long time now, so I don't really care.
But didn't your mom, wasn't she a little worried about you or something growing up and she took you to the doctor?
She did.
I read that somewhere.
You did?
Yeah.
I can't.
You're
actually,
famous now.
I know.
You have no private life.
She took me to, when I was 13, she took me to this bone age doctor, which what they do is they take x-rays of your wrist to see if you're actually going to be like some 7'8" freak. And basically they said, she'll be all right, don't worry about it, she'll be about 6 feet tall. So, but she was panicked.
And has it gotten in the way of any roles or anything like that?
I think it's hurt and helps, I mean, obviously, I don't know if I'd be playing this character right now if I was not this tall, but I won't be starring with Michael J. Fox anytime soon,
Or else you have to walk on a curve the whole time.
Yeah.
They do that. I mean, because Nicole Kidman's very tall.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not exactly Nicole Kidman now, but
yes.
So yeah, it is. I think it's definitely probably held back in some cases and probably really helped in others. So.
Do you ever date guys that are shorter than you?
Oh, I always have dated guys that are shorter than me. Yeah, I don't. No,
and do you still
not
wear high heels
seeking it out. I do. Yeah, I never really cared about it, and if it freaked them out, I wouldn't. No,
really?
I wouldn't really be interested in hanging with them.
Yeah, I've had a few that did, they want you to wear flats to the Academy Awards. And you're like, sorry.
Who are you talking about, Cindy?
Doesn't really go with my dress. These kids.
Right. Yeah. Wearing flip-flops with some gold number.
Right.
I just have never. It's never really thrown me either way.
Exactly.
So, but when I was at NYU, I would just end up dating all these incredibly short guys, and people would constantly comment on it, and it just never even occurred to me. No.
It works perfect for your role.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Third Rock.
Well, it helps that John is like 6'7". So.
I can't get a perfect answer, so you can tell me. Is your character a man in a woman's body or asexual alien? The Third Rock is about aliens, by the way. If you haven't watched the show, aliens on Earth.
Right.
Exploring human.
It's actually kind of confusing. It's a male. It's a very masculine, asexual alien inside of a woman's body. All of the aliens are asexual. So, in other words, Tommy, the kid, is this asexual being inside this little, 15-year-old, going through puberty body, and I'm just this very militant, warrior-esque.
Like Rambo.
Rambo-esque, thank you,
of whatever planet.
Rambet. Inside of a woman's body, and it's my mission to figure out why women are the way they are.
It seems like your character is getting such a great response from women because you kind of get to say what every woman would want to say.
It's true. People say, I bet you get so much response from men on the street, but it's really the women that seem to have responded the most strongly. I mean, I get grandmothers coming up to me going, "You go! I love you. I watch you with my," so it's really fun.
What would your character, like Sally Solomon, if some gross guy was hitting on her in a bar, how would she get rid of him? Because it's women don't know
how. Oh, it's happened. I mean, in so many episodes, they're brilliant. The writers on this show are incredible. They give you the most incredible lines and the most incredible
We
opportunities
have a
to say.
buzz-off line. Didn't she say buzz off once, like when some guy came
I'm
up
sure
to her?
she did. I can't remember it right now.
And you
There
punch
was this one
somebody?
great scenario where I go up, I'm with Nina, who plays, Sindy, who plays Nina on the show, and we're walking into a bar, and I go up to these, 6 or 7 guys that are sitting there drinking beer, and I say, hey, buy us a beer? And they go, sure. So are you going to go see the game? And I go, I don't want to talk to you, I just want some beer. So they buy us beer. So it's great.
So great.
Yeah.
Exactly. Is it weird for you? I mean, are you coming to terms with that maybe people are seeing you as a sex symbol and that whole sexy thing, or is it much safer for you to still think, oh, I'm just a tomboy?
Yeah. The last part.
The tomboy.
Yeah, it's just never been a part of anything that I've ever done. I was a character actress in New York, so I got to play, 80-year-old fat women and, the really nerdy girl or the shy girl, whatever, all these different, a serial killer from New Jersey. And so it was never part of my description. No character I ever actually landed a job playing. It was never in their description, beautiful, sexy, pretty, hot, any of those things.
Right.
It was always, the funny, wacky.
But it's great because you get the best of both worlds.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, if in a script they say she walks in and the guys fall on the floor because she's so hot, and, you as an actor walk in and all the guys fall on the floor, then I guess America's perception is that you're sexy, because they're writing all these great things for you to do,
Right.
but really you're just the same person.
But also you get to walk in with a skirt. I saw the episode where you're ordered to wear a skirt by like the imposter, and you like to walk in like a guy wearing a skirt.
Well, yes, like a drag queen.
Is it fun doing that? Actually, the drag queens have the walk down much better.
know, it's
I
true.
gotta say,
You're
these
right.
guys walk better than any runway
It's
model I
true.
know.
It's true. I'm probably doing them a disservice by comparing myself
I've
to
seen
them.
them giving like Naomi. There's one in New York that gives like Naomi Campbell runway lessons.
Oh, really?
He's serious about it. He's fierce out there, and we're like,
There's nothing better than that walk. There's just nothing hot. I want to work that into an episode at some point.
Definitely.
But I went to the GLAAD Awards a couple weeks ago, the Gay and Lesbian Awards, and there were all these drag queens there, and I was like their sister. It was the best. It was great.
What size shoe are you, by the way?
I'm 9.5.
Oh,
Too
that's
small. Yeah.
Oh, because I was going to say they might probably wanted to like borrow your shoes.
Yeah, no, we talked about some clothes swapping, but never.
Bonded about false eyelashes
Yes.
and makeup.
Well, no, there was this one named Mama, who is like 7'8", okay, and has this huge hair, and he's about 400 pounds, and he just came up to me and enveloped me, and I was just this like tiny little thing, this tiny little creature being enveloped by this drag queen.
Probably
It was
one of the
great.
few times in your life you got to feel teeny.
Feel tiny, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, we'll be right back with Kristen Johnston.
The best part of everything is I get to have a wedding, Big white dress, long veil, crappy band. It'll be a day I'll always remember. Okay, there's work to be done. Harry, I want you to find me something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Go! Tommy, get me a deal on flowers. Dick, your job is to sit back and just get overwhelmed by the whole process, okay?
I'm here with Kristen Johnston.
Hi, Cindy.
We're having girl talk.
Yeah, we are. We were just talking about our shoes.
We were,
Anyway.
of course. What else
Yeah.
did we talk about? No, actually, we do have brains.
Yeah.
So you started out doing theater,
Yeah.
and then this Third Rock from the Sun's your first big break.
Yes, definitely.
But
Definitely.
it wasn't like overnight success.
No.
No.
Well, the weird thing about Third Rock is, one day, because it airs, they did so much publicity for it, and then it aired, and the difference between going to the grocery store the day before it aired and the day after it aired was insane.
Really?
It was overnight in terms of that, in terms of just all of a
So
sudden,
have you
oh my
stopped
God.
going to the grocery store?
No.
Or you just adjust to?
Yeah, then you just, I think it's scary for a few months.
Well, what's the worst thing that,
The thing that is hard for me is because of my height, and I'm sure you have the same thing, there's no such thing as throwing on a baseball cap and just sort of looking gross and running out and buying the tampons.
I find
and,
they always recognize you more when you look gross, and then they go, she looks terrible
Yeah,
in real life.
exactly. I don't have the pressure that you do, though. I think it's a little different sometimes when you're, this model and whatever, but as an actress, I don't know, it's a very bizarre experience for me to have people interested in what you buy, or, you know, just little...
Looking in your cart?
Yeah, exactly. And so that was a very difficult thing to get used to.
Right.
But now it's just sort of evens out. You start to go, okay, I can either take this seriously and get weirded out by it, or I can realize it as the good fortune that it really is,
Right.
you know.
One of the episodes I noticed Dennis Rodman was on.
Uh-huh.
And it was actually part of the joke, was that how do you disguise... You said, why the green hair or something,
Right.
and it was a whole thing
Right.
about disguise. But I actually interviewed him before. Well, how did you find working with him?
I thought, well, it was so hard to even get a sense of it because there was news. I mean, he's so fascinating to so many people. And the media, it was a press conference, basically.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a press conference, and then we rehearsed for like 5 minutes, and then we did his 2 or 3 scenes or whatever he had. And there was an MTV crew following him around for his show. And so you just never had a moment of even I just sort of felt for him, because I sort of felt, wow, he doesn't have a moment to just sort of go grab a bagel and sit with a cup of coffee and talk
It's
to
a
a friend.
circus.
It's like such an insane
Somewhere I think he
world.
might like the attention, though.
Oh, yes. You'd have to.
The hair
You'd really
kind of-
have to. Yeah, exactly. The 30 earrings in one nostril, you know.
I always wonder, like, how do those people blow their nose if they have a cold? But
I don't want to know. I'm glad you were wondering.
I don't want to really, you know, picture it or see it.
Right,
I just
no.
actually thought about it.
You just want to hear about it.
No,
You don't
no.
need to see that. But it was wild.
I read somewhere that you were doing 3 plays simultaneously on the same night.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so one was at 8.
One was at 8 o'clock at my theater company, the Atlantic Theater Company. And then another one was like at a cabaret downtown at 10:30. And then over on the other side of town, all the way back uptown at the Naked Angels at midnight, which is another theater company. So I wasn't
It's
making
not what it sounds like.
No,
Naked
no.
Angels.
It wasn't. I didn't make a penny, but it was 3 shows in one night. I was
So
basically.
you were losing money because cab fare had to cost something, right?
Well, you know, if you're an actor in New York, you just lose money. You just know you lose money, unless you have a good commercial career. But it's really hard.
So what kind of jobs did you have to help support yourself during that time?
I sold Christmas trees at Macy's in the cellar. The little dancing
Very
kind.
kind. Oh, the little dancing Christmas tree kind?
Yeah, even better than the real ones. And I worked at a law firm answering phones. Herrick Feinstein.
Very good.
You guys, okay. I can't believe I just gave them a plug. That's terrifying. And what else? Waitress. I
Right.
waitressed for a long time in Chelsea. And
So when you first started finally making money, I mean, did you go out and like have any great indulgence?
no, because you're so terrified that the next, especially with Third Rock, it's inception, and to the moment it was conceived to the time it came on air was like 2 years later.
Oh, wow.
We did the pilot like a year before it ever even hit the air. We did 13 episodes before they aired. So I just kept thinking, this is the only money I will ever make in my entire life. So I just sort of socked it away.
So come on, you must have bought something
Oh,
fun.
I've spent a few, you know.
Anything fun?
You know, it's nice to know that, you know, you're not panicked for money.
Right.
It
I
really
always
is.
say it is such a blessing to, like, if my refrigerator breaks, I can get it fixed.
Yeah,
And I
no.
came from a place where, like, that was like a major family crisis.
You're from the Midwest,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You are too, right?
Yeah.
Wisconsin. Yeah, I'm from Illinois. Yeah, I'm Midwestern girl. I knew I
But
liked
see,
you.
I know, there is definitely a certain thing that Midwesterners have,
They look at
not
each other.
including the accent, which I love. Don't you
Yeah.
love the Midwestern accent?
Actually, well,
What?
I'm not sure. I'm like, Mom, I'm tired.
Oh,
you know?
but come on, does your mom talk like that, though? My mom's pretty severe.
You sound exactly like my aunt who lives
Oh,
in
yeah?
Wisconsin.
What's her name?
It's like Fargo, though. You're scaring
What's
me.
her name?
Yeah,
Come on.
Her name's Janet.
Hi, Janet, how are you?
She's not up at 1:30, I'll tell you that
Oh,
much.
well, you'll have to send her a tape.
I definitely will. I'll tell her we said hi to her on TV. Okay, we'll be right back with Kristen Johnston on later.
He can't hear you, Sally. Trust me.
Moat. Hurry! I can't feel my butt! I can't feel my butt!
You just have 28-hour keister.
We're back with Kristen Johnston on later. What's with that coat? That fashion statement.
Well, it's French's coat, the guy who plays Harry on the show. And in this particular episode, we were switching roles for the day. So he had to do all the shopping and cooking and cleaning, and my job was to be the sponge and basically just sit and watch TV for 7 days.
That coat looked like either that it had been alive not too long ago.
Yeah, well, French refers to that coat as America's sweetheart, because it's like he wears it in every episode. It's just disgusting. So I don't know what he means by it. It's funny when he says it. It's not funny when I do.
That happens to me a lot.
Really? Repeat a joke,
Yeah,
and
and
it's
then I'm like, well, it was funny.
Yeah. Anyway.
You're about this. I think you're about the same age as me. You're
29.
I'm 31. So
Okay, well,
you're
hello.
a younger
Okay.
woman, but anyway.
Younger and taller, but you know, you're more gorgeous. So what can we do?
Younger and taller. Oh no. You must have grown up watching Mork and Mindy.
No, I wasn't allowed to watch TV. Yeah, that's totally thrown you. I really wasn't. I have no. Like, I actually watched a Gilligan's Island rerun, like, last week. I had never seen it in my life.
Oh, my God.
So
Which
I have
one was
no,
it? No, just kidding.
It was the one where the guy, the aviator guy, comes in, and they think that they're going to be taken off the island, but he ends up flying off without him.
That always
Which is so weird. Like, imagine them not getting off the island. It completely threw me.
That's like the whole premise. That's the premise of the show.
Oh, dear.
But anyway, so did you, like, look at Mork and Mindy, or maybe even, like, look at some of Elf's work for your...
Yes, I researched Alf. Yeah, I based my character on Alf. That's hilarious.
I didn't write that, but I had to use it.
That's very good. No.
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 So are you into UFOs or aliens or anything like that?
No, I'm not. I'm not really a sci-fi follower. And I'm just sort of bummed that we weren't on the Heaven's Gate reading list, because I mean, no, that they've been talking about
And the TV,
Star
right.
Trek and all these other shows, and they just never talked about Third
So you guys
Rock.
haven't met up with any of those Heaven's Gate?
No, but I really like to look at the show as really being about humans and why humans are the way they are, and it's just sort of a nice device to see it in a totally fresh way that we're aliens.
Right, and it seems like, well, you actually said somewhere that the show works because all of the cast has been alien. They're aliens, and well, I don't know exactly what you meant by it.
Well, I think John and French and Joey and myself, the 4 aliens, we are all we're freaks, basically, in our own way. I mean, John is this brilliant, Harvard-educated, knowledgeable man who's like in this world of actors who are talking about their agents, and he's just sort of like, has no way to relate to that. And French is, well, French. And Joey is just, this 60-year-old, he's just so incredibly mature and so much older than, I think the kids his age. And I'm just, me, a freak, whatever. And so we're all really weird, and we all have our own little idiosyncrasies, and I think that's part of the reason why we all sort of
A
melded.
band of freaks.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it like? I mean, I grew up, since you didn't have TV, you probably didn't watch it.
No, I had TV. We weren't allowed to watch it.
Oh, okay.
Let's just get
So
into it.
Saturday Night Live.
Right.
Did you ever watch Jane Curtin?
I
when you
actually
were-
did when I'd babysit for other kids and
Yeah,
stuff. I
exactly.
definitely watched Saturday Night Live, and when they said that she was going to do the show, I just couldn't believe it. I just think she's amazing.
So what was that like, first day walking in, Jane Curtin, John Lithgow?
She's just the driest, funniest, most fantastic woman. And I mean, it's really weird. I mean, I really sound like, oh, we all just love each other. So, but it's really true. They're just incredible people, and they set the tone, those two, of the show. They just show up, do their work. They have other things to do as well. They've got kids to raise and husbands and wives and whatever, and they know what's really important. Right. So there's no ego, I must have a bigger trailer, any of this stuff. It's just really down to earth and cool.
And the finale is
This
gonna be in
finale
3D, I
is
heard.
going to be, I cannot believe how amazing it is. We just did the table read this morning. It's an hour-long episode in which you come along with us on our dreams. And you basically get to see how each of the aliens dreams. And it's in 3D. It's the most incredible thing. I cannot oversell it. I'm serious.
Do you have to have like little glasses at home? I mean,
they have this new way of 3D where you can either see it with the glasses, which is really cool, but if you see it without, it's not that blurry, it's really clear and it's still really cool. So you could see it with either or.
So what does Sally Solomon dream?
My dream is very much like a Fellini movie. you know, walking off the plane with the glasses and the paparazzi. And there's this whole amazing tango with Wayne Knight, who plays Officer Don. I don't know if you've seen any. He's sort of my love interest.
Oh, yes, okay.
He plays Newman on Seinfeld. And so, and he's like sort of my Marcello Mastroianni, and we're just doing this tango, and it's just fabulous.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, we'll look forward to seeing that, and we'll be right back with Kristen Johnston. Johnson, but I wanted to mention that you're heading back to the theater.
Yeah, I'm doing a play at Playwrights Horizons called Baby Anger. It's May and June, so if you're around in New York, come.
So that must be exciting.
Oh, I can't wait to be back there.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show
tonight.
tonight.
Oh, my pleasure. It was
and thanks
great.
you guys for watching. Night.